hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to wait for people to get on. I did not announce that I was going live anywhere. Oops. So, after I mute this, I might post it in the group to say that I went live. Because, of course, I kind of forgot. Bless you, Tai Tai. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. All right. Let me just maybe quickly, shoot, I closed Facebook. I'll try to really quickly post it in the group because I kind of forgot to post that I was going live. So, hi. How's everyone's weekend going? I hope you all are doing well. Hello. Hello, hello. Thank you, Pookie. I appreciate it. Okay. So I've been saying that I want to do more lives if I can. Justin, hi, honey. How are you? Chelsea, hi, honey. MA, hello, hello. I've been saying that I want to do more lives when I can. I used to go on. Those of you who have been there, thank you, Michelle. Those of you who have been here for a couple of years will remember I used to go live like 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 times a week. I used to go live a lot. It's harder now because I work in it kind of, and it's, I don't know, it's hard to do that now. I don't have the free time that I did before. But yes, my stealth lives from work. Emma remembers. I used to be able to go live like at work, you know, when things weren't busy and stuff. So, and now because this is also my job, that doesn't really work anymore. But there's a lot of really important things that that I still have to get out there. So I'm going to try. Thank you, Pookie. So I'm going to try to do more lives when I can. So here we are. How is everyone? How is your weekend going? My weekend is okay. I will say that on a personal note, I think EO is an essential oil. So this live is going to be about dealing with essential oils, which I've kind of wanted to talk about for a long time. But the deck that I got in last week, I think, kind of helped boost this video up a little bit higher than it might have been as to my next video. Because there's a lot of things that essential oils can do for us. And the deck that I'm going to be talking about can really help. So again, on a personal note, I will say, I think, there's been a lot of weird energy in the air for a lot of people. Mercury retrograde is done, thank goodness, but that doesn't mean that the energy is totally gone. For me personally, I think menopause is killing me, to the point where I'm like, you know what, I think I need to, yay, hi Kay, I think I need to look into supplements or something because it's getting bad. And so I will be doing that. Hopefully that will help my energy levels and my sleep levels and that kind of thing. But in the meantime, I will do the best I can. And if you guys will just bear with me. Yes. See, now that reference, Pookie, I know that song reference. Phil Collins, yeah. Okay, so the deck we're going to be talking about is the Essential Oils Healing Deck. This is a new mass market deck. I'm going to post my link to it down below here, and I'll post it after the video is done. I'll post it in the, in the down bar so you have it. Again, this is my link. You don't have to pay any more for buying it through that link. So I'm going through the menopause. You might be. You never know, Stephen. I think men go through a similar thing at our age. It's not quite hormonal like ours is, but you're looking at things differently. So, this deck I love. I'm really excited about this deck. This has given me kind of, it's a really nice platform to start teaching about essential oils. And so I was really hopeful when I ordered the deck, and it has exceeded my expectations. So again, it's called the Essential Oils Healing Deck. If you're new to essential oils, or if you're not, I think it's a great deck. I think it's a great deck to start with. And I think it's going to be a great deck to use as a reference. And so let's look at it. First of all, it's a flip top box, hard box. I love, love, love. You guys, I don't know how many of you remember when Oracle and Tarot decks came in these big, huge boxes that were way bigger than the cards, and the books were way bigger, and so you couldn't, I have lots of decks that I can't store in the boxes that they came in, which means you had to get like bags or something, and I have tarot books that are sitting on a shelf. So I do love a hard box. That is card size, because then I can store it in this, and it protects the deck. It makes a big difference. I'm so glad that they've gone to that. Let's start with, I don't know if I want to start with the book or the cards. We'll take a quick look. The book is, again, same size as the card, so it fits in with the hi ELF. It fits in with the cards. And lots of information. So I think I want to start with the cards, though, because the cards themselves start out with a good amount of information on the cards, which I was really excited about. First of all, they are kind of tall and skinny. So, of course, I don't have a tarot deck right here, do I? Yes, I do, but not a normal size tarot deck. So they're a little, let me grab one really quickly, because it's right here. Excuse me, Bubba. Okay, so if this is the normal size deck, so if you see, it's a little bit wider and a little bit taller, okay, than a normal size tarot deck, which is okay. I would much rather that than have them be the huge Oracle deck cards. So if you guys are having a hard time, sorry, actually, let me turn the TV off. That'll help, hopefully, with my end. Hopefully, I didn't think to turn the TV off. Hopefully that will help a little bit. Did that help a little bit? Hopefully. It's still a little pixely, isn't it? Come on. This was a random find. Yes, it was a random find. Now it's better. Okay, good. This is an Oracle deck. It's an Oracle deck. I would not, again, you can probably use this as an Oracle deck. I will say I will not be using it as an Oracle deck. This is going to be like a reference deck for me, which really for me means it's a great size to be able to have this kind of reference for essential oils. And for me, I mean, I'm sure it would work as an oracle deck, and we'll look at the book and stuff, but for me, this is really a reference deck to be close at hand and kind of a really easy, simple way to say, oh, can I use this way, and pull that card. So we'll look at it a little bit. It's technically an oracle deck, and you can use it as an oracle deck. I myself will be using it mostly as a reference deck. So this is the backs of the cards. The front of the cards. So this has 52 different essential oils listed. I will say it's not comprehensive. There are essential oils that I really was hoping they were in there that are not. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I've been waiting for an essential oil deck to come out that is like a good reference. And this is. Okay, so let's start. The first card is Basil. So I love that the cards are colorful. They show the plant itself that the essential oil is coming from. So I like that. It shows the name of the essential oil down here. Then it tells you what that essential oil is good for. It has the scientific name for that plant, which basil is this. Wait, here, see it is that. And then it tells you what it's good for, which is great. For me, I'd say, and again, this kind of goes back to the menopause thing, but I find myself losing a lot of my knowledge, which is super frustrating for me, because I've been doing this stuff for a long time. It is very frustrating for me lately to know that I know something and I can't grasp it. So it's nice to have a quick reference to say, oh, yeah. And then I can go from there. Mama, should we make an updated EO deck? It would be close to 200 cards. I know, but there's some that I'm like, I use this one all the time, and it's not in here. So, All right, so then it says what it's good for. So basil restores body, mind, and spirit. So it's not comprehensive on the card, but it does give you a little bit of a hint. Okay, restores body, mind, and spirit. The other thing that I love about these cards is it tells you how you're allowed to use it. Now, see the pictures at the bottom here? So this first one, this is a picture of a diffuser. Hi, Raven. So you know that if you have basil essential oil, you can use it in your diffuser. That's good. The next picture is a drop on your hand. So you know it's okay to use it topically on your skin. It's skin safe. Awesome. Love it. The next picture is little pills. That means you can ingest it. Now, there's a caveat to that, and I will tell you that make sure, we're going to talk after we look at the deck, we're going to talk about essential oils and how you know if they're safe, okay? So we'll talk about that. But basil as an essential oil is okay to be ingested internally. You can take it in pill form, you can put it on food, you can put it on stuff that you're ingesting, in your water, that kind of stuff, okay? And then it also has this pot here. Right? I know, and we'll talk about that. Like I said, there's a caveat to that, and we'll talk about that part. Just because it says that on there does not mean you can take that essential oil and chug it. That's not a good thing. But, so then it has a pot here. And the pot means, and I want to say this right, my thought is it means that you can use it in cooking, which I know, but they say it a different way. How do they say it? Sorry, I'm starting to get a hot flash. Oh, they do say cooking. See? Never mind. All right, so it means that it's a culinary herb. It's extracted from a culinary herb, so you can use the essential oil in place of the plant counterpart. You can actually put the essential oil on your food to spice it and stuff. Again, there's a caveat to that we'll talk about afterwards about what essential oils you use and to be sure that they are food grade essential oils. But we'll talk about that, okay? Right, exactly. Perfect. And yes, yep. But I want to chug cinnamon. Don't do that, Pookie. All right, so again, I love that. It gives you that quick reference, okay? Really great to have that as a quick reference. We will definitely, I want to make sure everyone's hearing me. Just because it says these last two does not mean you can take your cheapo Walmart brand bottle of essential oil and put it in pills or put it under your tongue or anything. I do not recommend that at all. In fact, I don't recommend that for 90% of people unless you really for sure know that what you have is a food grade essential oil and that you have investigated and done your homework on what is safe to be ingesting, because you don't want to ingest too much of it, that kind of thing. Okay? Huh? Oh, thank you, baby. Mister. But again, it's a great, if I want to eat basil, I just use the actual basil, right? Exactly. But I will say, sometimes you run out of stuff, or sometimes you don't have a certain herb that you want the health benefits. Most cheap essential is just fragrance. Exactly. And that's part of what we'll talk about, because you are correct. Okay, but a great reference, right? I love that this is a good reference. It's a good start to, okay, if you already have an idea of essential oils, or you have a bunch of essential oils that you're like, okay, I want to, I just heard the whipped cream bottle, Peter. I want to use something to pep my spirit up or something. This is really a good reference to say, I got these on Amazon. So it is a mass market deck. And if you use that link to get that on Amazon, I get like a couple pennies. It doesn't mean you pay anymore. It just means I get like literally a couple pennies. I've never been paid from Amazon yet. That should tell you something. But if you use my link, I get, I don't know, like point something %. It's ridiculous. I think I have 30 cents in there after 3 years of doing that. But anyways, so there's the first card. We'll go through the cards to kind of get an idea of what they have in here. Then is Bergamot. So I love that it's really a super colorful card. It's really pretty. It gives you an idea of what you are using of the plant. So in this case, see that there is kind of a fruit here. We're using some kind of fruit from that plant. It gives you the the scientific name for the plant. And then it tells you diffuser is good, topical is good, and sometimes internal use is okay. And again, caveat, don't listen to that and go, oh good, I'll just chug it. Don't do that. Yes, see, bergamot is used to make Earl Grey tea. Absolutely, and a lot of these will be in tea. There's a lot of essential oils that are good for tea. Also, yes, and pet safety. For goodness sakes, do your homework. If you're going to put anything on your pet, do your homework. I make a balm for my dog now. This is my balm that I use. And I always make sure I do my homework. I only use specific oils when I'm using it on his skin, and I do a ton of investigation before I put anything in there to make sure it's safe. Yes. Okay, then there's birch. Again, I love that it gives you an idea of what birch is. Birch is a tree, obviously. So, and you can use it in your diffuser, and you can use it topically. Nope, you might not be confusing it. So let's go. That's a good question. Let's go to Bergamot and see if it says anything, because it does have, I will tell you, the book has, it talks about internal use, topical use, how to use this deck. It does have card spreads, that kind of thing. But let's go to Bergamot and see what it says, because it has more information in the book, obviously, than it does on the card. So let's use Bergamot as an example. Okay, Bergamot Essential Oil is extracted from the fruit of a citrus tree. It gives Earl Grey tea its classic aroma and flavor. Research shows it may help alleviate anxiety, stress, and depression thanks to its ability to reduce stress hormones and stimulate dopamine and serotonin, the reward and feel-good hormones in the brain. Like all of the citrus oils, bergamot enhances mood, but rather than increasing energy, it regulates energy, helping us feel more vitality when we're exhausted, while also promoting a restful night's sleep. Forget expensive, hold on, turn the page. Forget expensive anti-aging serums and toxic chemical skin products. Research has also found that bergamot boosts collagen production in the skin. Collagen is a protein that is my eyes are getting worse. I'm gonna have to up my prescription. I hate menopause, just say. Collagen is a protein that is essential to healthy skin, and its levels tend to decrease as we age. You can add diluted bergamot oil to unscented natural lotion to maintain healthy, youthful skin. Associated throughout history with the sun, bergamot helps lift people out of the shadows of stress, grief, depression, and despondency. Bergamot is believed to resolve feelings of despair, hopelessness, and the sense of being unlovable, replacing them with hope and courage. As Deborah Malden, author of Spiritual and Magical Properties of Essential Oils, so aptly states, bergamot lightens the shadows of the mind. Throughout history, it has been used for spiritual protection and abundance and to attract money and prosperity. It is also thought to help connect us with our higher self and resolve conflicts. I love that it has like metaphysical properties, and it also has emotional, physical, that kind of thing. It has both. So it doesn't just do... a lot of the books, like I pulled out some of my essential oil kind of books. A lot of the books only do like actual physical properties or metaphysical properties. This does both. It tells you both. So uses for anxiety, brain fog or feelings of overall fogginess, depression, enhances feelings of inner peace, hair growth, increasing bone mass, lung conditions, peaceful sleep, self-confidence boost, skin rejuvenation, stress and tension, urinary tract conditions. Then it says safety. Ready? Here we go. This goes to your question, Hannah. Dilute for topical use, as it may irritate sensitive skin. Avoid direct sunlight or UV rays for at least 12 hours after applying to skin, as it may cause photosensitivity. If pregnant or nursing, use with the guidance of a physician. So again, hi Tyler. It gives you safety information at the end of that. So before you jump right into, oh good, this is great for me and I can use it internally, I think I'll take half a bottle. Read the book. Start with the actual book that comes with it. It has some good information in there. And it will give you an idea anyway of some safety concerns before you even start, right? So I'm pretty impressed that this is able to do quite a few things, check a few boxes off of my list of what I would want for an essential oil deck. I like that. All right, then we have birch. Then we have black pepper. Again, the photos are amazing. I really like that the pictures on here are great. Finally caved and bought a candle snuffer. May I say something random? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, exactly. Diffusers, yes. Yes, 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 MA. I really needed a chance to be with you all. Great distraction. I cut my bangs a short while ago and it did not. Aw, I'm sorry, Kay. That's really, really hard. Aw, thank you, Kay. I love you, sweetheart. That's really, I have done that before, had my hair cut or had Peter cut my hair and thought, I hate this. But thank goodness hair grows. We just have to do the best we can with it until it grows back. I think, part of that is probably why I hardly ever cut my hair now. Like, it needs it really bad, but I haven't cut my hair in probably a year, I think, since I did it when Peter gave it to me for Christmas not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. Okay, so black pepper. It says it protects and promotes honesty. And it's good in a diffuser. It's good topically, and it can be ingested. Do your homework. Yes, that's right. If you don't do your extra research, don't come blaming me. Don't ever ingest anything or put anything on your skin until you do your homework. Please. Even after all this time, there are times when I think I'm okay, and I put something on and I think, oh, you know what? I think I did not use the right thing, or I thought this was safe and it might not be great. It happens, so do your homework. Black spruce. And I'm not going to go through each one like individually because it's already almost a half an hour, so we'll be here all day. Hi, Dana. Hello, my love. Cardamom. Again, I love these pictures, are awesome. Cassia. I love that it tells you in what ways you can use it. Love, love, love. Cedarwood. I've taken EO supplements too. I absolutely have. And I have to say, they are a great way to do things like lift your mood. I make oils constantly. Those of you who have been on my shop, sales and stuff know that I make oils like for every Sabbath. I make oils for, the dog for stuff. I don't make enough oils for myself because, again, just like Reiki and everything else, when you do it for a shop or for other people, it's like you kind of forget to do it for yourself, which is bad. Celery seed. And I love the different colors in here are gorgeous. Cilantro. And I just love the information. The information in the book is very accurate. Cinnamon. And have had reactions if I don't read them to make sure, yes, not to mix. Yes, yes, yes. I huff them for mood maintenance. Yes, I love. The diffuser is probably the safest way. But again, as Emma said, make sure that you do your homework for pet safety because there are some essential oils that are very bad for dogs if you're diffusing them. They're bad for dogs topically and obviously ingesting them too. But even the diffuser is really bad for dogs and cats. There's different ones that are not great for dogs and not great for cats and stuff too. So any of your pets, clary sage. Make sure that you do your homework before you do that so that you know, clove, that what you're doing is safe for your animals too. Yes, yes. People with bad environmental allergies need to approach them with caution too. Exactly. Copabaya. And I will tell you that there was a great documentary on Netflix. What the hell was it called? It's still on there, I'm sure. It was one of the episodes of it was something about health. But they were talking about overuse of essential oils on one of them. And they talked about like women who were having these horrible allergies. Yes, it's Peter's making stuff. So it's beeping, beep, beep, beep. They were talking about like women who had these horrible allergies and people. Are you almost dead? Yeah. People who were selling essential oils kept telling her to keep going. Oh, that's okay. Keep going. Your body is just getting rid of toxins. Keep going. And she ended up with like holes in her skin and stuff. For goodness sake, if you start having a reaction, stop the essential oils immediately, for God's sakes. Do not be stupid. Coriander. And as in everything else, use in moderation. I do not put essential oils on my skin every morning and every night. And, when I need something, I will do a diffuser, or I will put an oil on, but I don't use them day and night, people. Cypress. Eucalyptus. Fennel. Frankincense. Again, I love all the different pictures on here are awesome. Geranium. Ginger. I have to say, ginger is one of my favorites. I love ginger, and a lot of people lately have said to me, I don't like the smell of ginger. I don't understand that. I just love ginger. And maybe it's because I love ginger ale, and I grew up with it. It's comfort or something, but grapefruit. This is a great one. I put grapefruit in my in the blend that I use on my dog to keep him from licking. If he's licking a whole lot and he's starting to get like skin rashes and stuff because he's licking, he doesn't like the taste of it. So I put a little bit in there. Yep, dandelion. Jasmine. Juniper. Lavender. Aren't these pictures great? I love that they're all different. They're bright. Lemon. They are beautiful pictures. Lemon eucalyptus. Lemongrass. Lime. Manuka. This is, nope. Marjoram. Never mind. This is Melaleuca. This is tea tree. Melaleuca is also called tea tree. This is one of those ones that is not safe for dogs. So be careful, because a lot of people will say, oh, tea tree. I've actually read recipes for dog skin conditions where they say put tea tree on. And so use more than one source. When you're doing your investigative work, when you're researching, use more than one source. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of curious as to if this will say anything under safety. Safety, dilute for topical use if you have sensitive skin. Oh, but it does say, while Melaleuca Essential Oil is best known for its antibacterial properties, research in the medical journal Molecules has also found that the essential oil prevents influenza viruses from entering the cells, which could reduce the likelihood of being sick. Because Melaleuca Essential Oil is a powerful antimicrobial and antifungal, it should be in your first aid kit to deal with infections of all kinds. Oh, which is true, but it can be used topically for many different skin conditions. That's true, but it's not safe for dogs. So, disappointing that it doesn't say that, but, again, do your research. Melissa. The air fryer. He's doing something in the air fryer. I'm assuming he's doing up the dog's stuff. Myrrh. Orange. Oregano. Okay, so patchouli. So you get the idea. There's 52 of these. I'm going really quick. Sandalwood. Yes, ask a vet if you're not sure. Exactly. That's a perfect idea. Call your vet and say, hey, I was going to do up this special thing for my dog. Do you think this is okay to put on him or her? And that's the last one is Lang Lang. Lang Lang. Okay. So that is the deck. I love this deck. I think it's a very good base, a very good starting point. I think it is a great deck for reference, especially when you are working with essential oils like in diffusers, if you're trying to do like mood boosting stuff or antidepressive stuff or prosperity or that kind of stuff, that it has those things on there. Just do your homework. So let's get into a bigger discussion about essential oils, because I think a bigger discussion needs to be had when we're talking about essential oils. I do really, really like that deck. I'm going to use that to have a bigger discussion about essential oils. All right, so quickly, there is the link for the deck if you're interested in getting that deck. That's the link. All right. There are many, 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 many different brands of essential oils. There are two that I think of when I think of very good, you know that they're fairly pure, that they really do a lot of work to try to make themselves a pure brand. And I am not selling either one of these, so there is nothing. I will tell you what I think of both. One is Young Living. So this is Young Living. And the other is doTERRA. Those are the two, when I think of the big brands of essential oils they're pretty good. That you can be fairly certain that they are well made. They are fairly pure. They try really hard to do a really good job. They are very concentrated. So you will find, it's funny, when I started out using essential oils, I just started using whatever was in my grocery store, which is okay too for stuff, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But once I started getting some of these brands of essential oils, you realize how much more concentrated these are. Because you need a lot less of this than you do of the cheap grocery store brand to get the same smell, to get the same effect. Just so you know. That doesn't mean it's necessarily more whatever, but just so you know, usually they're much more concentrated version. Which of the two brands? So I will tell you a story about Young Living. I like doTERRA better now. I started out a Young Living person. I now would rather go with doTERRA. And there's a specific reason for that. When I was, I think it was last year, when we were doing specific oils and stuff at the other place I worked, we got Young Living oil, and I'm trying to remember, I think it was Cedarwood. And we opened up the Young Living Cedarwood oil, and I'm telling you what, it smelled like a bottle of cat piss. Like literally a bottle of cat piss. Now, sometimes because they're so concentrated, there can be like a, I don't know, like a funny smell at first. You have to kind of open the bottle and keep it open for a little bit, and then maybe put some on a little piece of paper or something, let it air, and then smell it. This was like a cat had pissed in a bottle. And so we got a hold of Young Living to say, okay, there's something wrong. Because I've had Cedarwood from Young Living before. And we said, you know, would you like the number? Because all of these have the lot number here on the bottle, to kind of check out that lot number and stuff. And they said, oh, no, sometimes you just have to keep the bottle open. And I'm like, nope, that's not the case with this. I'm telling you right now, there's something wrong with this lot number, because this is not right. And I expected them to say, okay, we'll send you a new bottle, or why don't you send that bottle back? And can you use cat piss topically? I know, right? What they said instead was, well, if you don't like it, you can order another bottle and hopefully it'll come in and be fine. And I thought, what? I said, well, I've been using essential oils for a long time. This is not right. Do you want me to send the bottle back to you before you give us like a refund or a new bottle or so? And they said, no, but you can buy a new bottle and let us know if it's different. And to me, I thought, no, you're not going to stand by your product? Okay, well then kiss off. And that is the last time I bought anything from Young Living. Because to me, if you're not going to stand by it, I don't want nothing to do with you. Even after I had said to them before, you know, I know what I'm doing. I've been using essential oils for a long time. This is not correct. And they didn't care. It was all about the sale. So, nope, now I'm done. So I have been using doTERRA pretty exclusively since then. Again, I do not sell these. I had never had a problem with Young Living before. I didn't throw out all of the Young Living bottles that I had previously. They still work okay, the ones that I have. I'm just telling you what my personal experience was, and that I was not impressed by the customer service or lack thereof from them. So I went to exclusively to doTERRA. Barry has a bottle of liquid ass. He likes to change my lavender bottles out with that and let me... oh, that's nasty. Okay, so the other thing is there is other ones. This is a Walmart brand that we got at Walmart that comes in like a big pack of several different. I'm not opposed to using cheaper brands for specific things. I will tell you that for me, when I am using a cheaper brand, it is only if I'm using it like in a diffuser. I don't use the cheaper brands that I don't know or don't trust very well topically, and definitely not internally. Okay? I only will use topical or internal with brands that I trust. I saw somebody else say something about Rose Mountain, I think. Mountain Rose, sorry. Yes, M-A. Yep, Mountain Rose. I do like Mountain Rose a lot. They are, because they sell herbs and stuff, they're very good. I do trust them. They are super good about what they sell, and that what they sell is very pure. I agree. They're very good also. If it is a cheaper one, and again, I'm not saying I don't ever use these. I only, though, will do like a cheaper brand in something that I'm using in the air, something I'm smelling, not something I use topically, or definitely not internally. So just so you know that. doTERRA has all of their oils. If this specific kind of oil is an internally okay oil, it will say that on here. And all of doTERRA's oils, if it is okay to be used internally, will say that on the bottle. So like this one is lemon. So you can see on the bottle, doTERRA says, oh, come on, focus. For internal use, dilute, blah, 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 blah. So doTERRA oils are made specifically so all of their oils, if like lemon is an oil that is okay for use internally, this is food grade because it's okay. So that will say that. Young Living, their internal use oils come in a different label. Young Living comes in a white label. When they are internal use okay, it comes in a white label. And so you will know the difference with the white label. So again, do your research. Be careful that it is something that is okay for internal use. And it's something that you trust. The other kind of oil I have been known to use is like New Age Imports does oils. I have like amber. Yes, they do. Roll on scents. I'll get to that. I got some of that up. Palo Santo. And again, I will use things like these kind of oils from New Age Imports, that kind of stuff, on stuff that is either, I have used some of these topically, but I test it, and if it is in something that I'm recommending topically, I will tell people to make sure they do a patch test, which I always do anyways. Anything that you put on your skin, you want to do a small patch test first to make sure you're not allergic to anything anyways, and it's not sensitive. But for me, I'm okay with some of these kind of things for topical use as long as I have tested it ahead of time. doTERRA, like Kay was saying, does have some nice roll-on ones where they have a roller and you can put it directly on your skin. This one happens to be in tune. I like that one. doTERRA has some really nice blends. That's the other thing to talk about, though, is that there's a difference between one oil. So this is lavender. It is lavender oil. It is not lavender and anything else. It is only lavender oil. So that is a single oil in there. A pure version of lavender. Then you have what's called blends, which are like doTERRA's specific blend of certain oils, single-use oils, and then they call it something else. So this is in tune. The good thing is you can usually look on there for most, doTERRA does. Some people will not give you their recipes. It might be online though. Oh no, it's here. I just don't know if I can read it because it's teeny, 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 tiny. But this is a blend of West Indian sandalwood, patchouli, frankincense, lime, lang lang, Hawaiian sandalwood, and chamomile, Roman chamomile. So do your homework. Again, if you're allergic to something, make sure you're reading those ingredients so you know. So that's a blend. That is more than one. Balance, that's another blend. So know whether you're using a blend to start out with or if you're using a single-use oil. Yeah, Young Living has blends also. Absolutely, they do too, for sure. So, but know what you're using. You want to know, am I using a single oil, a purified version of something, or am I using somebody else's blend? Know that ahead of time. Okay. Any questions of where we're at so far? I want to get into the books that I recommend, the books that I use a lot, and how to make your own blends. I'm going to start with, even though this is a book, this poor book is getting beat up, and you can see it's like sticky, and it's terrible. This is the book that is always, is never on my shelf because it's always out on my counter because I use it constantly. This is called the Compendium of Herbal Magic. This is by Paul Barrel. This is probably my most favorite herb book. I have showed this book many times before, but I am showing it again. I like this book a lot because for me it goes into great detail about each herb specifically. This one is not necessarily specifically about the oils, but is about the herbs themselves. And again, has lots of information. It is very good with the lore, meaning what the history of what this herb was used for, the magical uses for the herb, and it goes through each herb individually, alphabetically, and then at the end there is different ways that it breaks stuff down, so you can look at like zodiac. If you looked at there we go, what are good herbs for the Leo sign, and it will give you all the herbs for Leo that are good. If you looked up self-love, it would give you all of the herbs that are good for self-love. So it goes through things a couple different ways. I love your tablecloth in your wall. Thank you, Cherry Blossom. That is actually available in our shop. It's 25 bucks. Let me know. I hate to do that. God, I hate that I have to sell shit. Can I just say, this part of my problem too, is that I hate the making money aspect of the fact that I have to live, but in order to do my teaching, I have to live, and I hate that. But so anyways, this is my favorite book, hands down, for herbal magical uses. This is always out for me. I believe that a good understanding of herbs goes a long way. Yes, when using and blending oils, absolutely, for sure. So this is a really good one. That's probably my most favorite herbal book. There's some other ones. The Scott Cunningham has a book called The Complete Book of Incense Oils and Brews. I know. I know it's okay. It's just not my favorite. Scott Cunningham's book is really good when you want specific recipes. If you don't make up your own recipes and you want specific recipes for, let's say, Ostara. Ostara is the next Sabbath. Ostara incense. It will give you recipes for specific oils and incenses, which is great. Ointments, herb baths, brews, soaps. It gives you all kinds of things. And then substitutions. Yeah, Scott Cunningham's books are great. Absolutely. I use these a lot. It's funny, I don't use them as much as I used to. When I first started out, this book was essential. But I think the more I do my own blends and incense recipes and stuff, the less I use it. It doesn't mean that it's not good to take a look at a recipe and say, okay, now what do I want to do to make it my own? If you're not sure how to start, this is a good one to give you some ideas of how to start, and then you can go from that. It talks about proportions and that kind of thing too. Thanks for this. I'll need to watch. No problem, MA. Culpepper's Complete Herbal. So this is from Nicholas Culpepper. He's not alive anymore. I think this book originally came out like in, let's see if I can find it. Is it even going to say? No. Okay, this book, I believe, originally came out like in the late 1800s. But Culpepper's Complete Herbal. I love Culpepper's book for many reasons. But again, it's a great herbal book. It has a picture of the herb. And then essential like the oils. And then it has information about each herb. It describes each herb. So if you're out and you are trying to wildcraft, which again is something that I love to do. Be careful where you're wildcrafting. Are you wildcrafting in the woods where nobody is spraying chemicals, harsh chemicals and stuff? Awesome. If you're wildcrafting on the side of the road, which I do sometimes. Yes, it is still on the market in a new form. I'm trying to think. I might have even gotten this one from Amazon. Just be careful what you're going to use that herb for. Like I said, if you're wildcrafting on the side of the road, be careful what you're going to use that herb for, okay? Because if you're going to ingest it, don't do it on the side of the road where you don't know what's been sprayed on it or that kind of thing. But I like this one because it talks about what the leaves are shaped like, what flowers come from it, whereabouts you'll find it. So Europe, North America, that kind of thing. And then it goes through a bunch of what this herb is good for. You talk about self-heal. Okay. I really, culpepper is a great one. I think I have like, where is that tablecloth? Which site? So it is, if you get a hold of Mama Squirrel's Living Room, if you message us, I can invoice you and send it to you on Facebook. Culpepper has several books. He has like a field guide, which I have. He has several books, but this is one of the really good ones, his complete guide. All right. Another person that I will say I love, and I think I have two of her books here, is Ellen Everett Hopman. Ellen Everett Hopman. Love her. She is a witch and a green witch and a druid. There are two books, Scottish Herbs and Fairy Lore, and then a Druid's Herbal. This one was the first one I ever got, and I actually won it from her. So she signed it for me, which I will treasure forever. But again, she is great in this one specifically. This is for the sacred year. So she goes through the Sabbats and the different times of year and gives you like good herbs for Lunasa, Samhain, Beltane, depending on the wheel of the year, where we're at on the wheel of the year, and explains what the herbs are, what they're good for, how you should use them. That's a great one. This one is really super technical and in-depth. I like it a lot. But it is very, very, very in-depth. It's a great way to really learn your shit, though. If you are interested in herbs to the point of really wanting to do this and do your own stuff, it goes through a lot of the things that a lot of books won't. It does go through recipes. It does go through each of the herbs and their names and what they're good for and that kind of thing. But it also goes through different formula or remedies. So for ear problems, it lists a problem, ear problems, expectorants, headaches, and then we'll give you some idea of what to do for that. It will talk about the procedure of extraction if you're looking to make your own. What the difference between infusions and expression is, that kind of thing. It goes through some very in-depth stuff. So if this is something that you're really interested in really getting a good education about it, this is a good one to do. This is by AJ Drew. You interviewed Ellen in a podcast. She said Druid Herbal wasn't her best work. Oh, I disagree. I loved the Druid Herbal, but I have probably, I don't know, I have a lot of hers. But I like that it goes through Sabbats, because I tend to do a lot of things based on the Sabbat, the time of year that it is. So for me, it's a lot of what I do is, okay, we are going from Imbolc to Ostara time. So what kind of herbs do I want to do to help that transition? But that's me, right? Different strokes. David Hopman, again, has a great one called The Holistic Herbal. This one is really good. Again, goes through all of the different herbs, talks about the chemistry of the herbs themselves and how their chemical makeup can be combined. So again, a very technical book about herbs specifically. And then also goes through like different problems and what you should look at for those problems, the digestive system, the nervous system, that kind of thing. So this is a good technical one. Thank you, Cherry Blossom. My stepmom took and Storm's course, and it lists contraindications if you're on meds. Perfect. 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 Okay, and then there are a couple other ones that are specific about essential oils. This one is the Complete Aromatherapy and Essential Guide Source Book. I believe I got this one at Barnes & Noble, I want to say. This is a good one for specifically about essential oils. It goes through a lot of information. It starts with, or it goes through remedies. It goes through specific stuff about each oil. And then it goes through different ways to use the oil. This one is Julia Lawless. Julia Lawless. And so it talks about massage and how to do specific hand movements. The art of how to do blends. I like that it goes through that. Your personality types with your blend. What you should use as a carrier oil. This one, I really use this one kind of a lot again. Has a lot of really good information. It has, where is, let me see if I can find, there's a chart in here that I use a lot. Hold on. Let me see, it's got to be right here someplace, because all right, so this one, I love, see, the first group is invaluable oils. So it gives you, if you're going to start with oils, there are 4 oils that is in a whole bunch of different blends. So start with these 4 oils. Then it goes through commonly used ones. So then I would start to maybe try to get some of these. Then specialist. So if you want to go into specific specialties, some of these are used for specific specialties. Then rare or perfumery. So only for nose, right? I can't say enough. I really do like that book for essential oils. This is the other one that is very, very technical and talks about, this one is good because it talks about blends and how to make your own blends as far as the high notes and the low notes, that kind of thing. If any of you have studied perfumes and that kind of thing, you'll know that there's differences between how long a smell stays in the oil or the perfume. So you want to blend some low notes, and that will last longer than the high notes. You'll smell the high notes first, but that will fade the quickest. This has some of that kind of thing in there. And this is called Modern Essentials. This is a contemporary guide to the therapeutic use of essential oils. And this one is the 3rd edition. I think this is literally a textbook. I got it at Savers for $3.50. And I like this one a lot. Oh, I love that, Dana. That's awesome. That's a very good idea to do a perfume class for sure. Hi, Claire. How are you feeling, honey? I saw that you guys all have COVID. You're in my Reiki basket. So this is a good one for, the very technical aspect of oils. Okay. Any questions? Here we are over an hour. Any questions? Any concerns? Any thoughts? Anything? Awful? Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Have you just been diagnosed? How long have you been dealing with it so far? Make sure you guys click that like button for me so we can get this seen. 4 days. Oh, you're in the thick of it. I am sorry, honey. So the deck is the Essential Oils Healing Deck. It is, I really like the deck for a good starting point. I really like it for a good reference point. Here is the link if you want the deck and you want to do it through my link. That means I get a couple pennies from it. You don't pay any more. The bottom line is do your research. However, I would also say in that, have fun with it. Try out some things. Get some essential oils and put some in a diffuser after you kind of do some research. And mix some blends that you're like, I don't know, will that go together? This kind of makes me happy feeling, and this kind of does this. Do some experimentation. It takes some trial and error to get some of the blend stuff right. There, I can't even count how many times I've made an oil and gone, yeah, that just didn't work. That didn't blend right together. It kind of smells like too much mud now. You know what happens when you're doing paint colors and you kind of are like, oh, what if I blend this one and it ends up looking like, brown shit? That happens with oils too. But you're not going to learn unless you kind of play with it a little bit. So do your research. Do not use internals unless you do a lot of research. Check with your doctors. If you're using topical stuff, make sure you do a patch test. I burned my oils once. I was so upset. Yep, I've done that. Just to mention again, don't forget to, yes, use skin-safe oils. Yes, yes, yes. I personally use grape seed oil a lot for anything topical, and it has to do with the molecular composition of grape seed oil. There's different carrier oils, though. A lot of people use jojoba. A lot of people use coconut oil. A lot of people, there's lots of different oils to choose from, and there's different reasons to use different oils. So do your homework. Trial and error. Sorry. Who might have worse than me? I know, Claire. You'll get through it, honey. I'm sending you your whole family Reiki. Poor Claire, her entire family has COVID right now, huh? So send her some healing, guys. Yes, grapeseed oil is my favorite, and it has to do with the molecular level of grapeseed oil. I did a lot of homework, and grapeseed oil for me is the best kind of oil. It has a smaller molecular structure so that it is able to be absorbed by the skin easier than like almond oil, which kind of sits on top longer and that kind of thing. And it's better for your skin. But again, do your homework. Do your homework, do your homework, do your homework. I'm not that patient. All right. If you want to say, yes, get an allergy scratch test done. Absolutely. There you go. For sure. I love you guys so much. I'm super impressed with this new deck. Hopefully it will give you a reference, kind of a jumping off point. Yes, always, 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 always dilute. Yes, hot oils for sure. Yes. So I can start the good process. Yes, 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 yes. I put crystals in mine too. So does Pookie, definitely. I use olive oils for some things, for sure. Yay! Thank you, Dana. Dana has bunnies, and 2 of them are mine, and I got to name them. And I named, one is a male and one is a female, and I named them Eros and Psyche. Eros the bunny lover, and Psyche, and they get married, and they're all about the love and soul, and so I named them Eros and Psyche. All right, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I appreciate you all. Keep bearing with me. I'm going to try so hard to be on more. It's really been difficult. I'll tell you, menopause and Mercury retrograde and stuff is, I think, kind of kicking my ass. But I've, like, just tonight had some revelations, and I think I'm going to get some different supplements that I haven't had before to try to help out with that. So, I love you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And don't miss Tarot Tuesday. We will be back for Tarot Tuesday. I've got to make the event tonight. I love you guys. Be good.